Basement Made is now Midwest culture. Something I've been meaning to do. You can call it a metamorphosis, an upgrade, or transition, but I've been meaning to get out of the basement, so to speak. And I don't live literally in a basement now. It's not just about that. You can go back and look at the earlier episodes if you want to know kind of more the meaning behind Basement Made. It means a lot to me and always will, but it's time that I think bigger picture. Midwest culture, it's something I've been passionate about for a long time. That's why I bought this domain a few years ago. Not that I plan to transition to it, but I think it's the right move. I think it makes sense and it speaks to what I'm talking about and the different areas that I care about most. And so getting out of the basement, out of um, this kind of sad or oppressed state, I can't do much about certain blockers that are in my way, but I can reframe kind of where I'm coming from. I know that a lot of folks are afraid of Basement Made being the name basement. It has a dark color scheme. And so just lightening it up literally a little bit to reach a bigger audience. And then also the concept going from just those who can relate to Basement Made or making things in the basement or just the name itself is bigger with Midwest. And this brings about that lifelong question, right? What is Midwest culture? And I put a lot of work into defining that. And so now I feel this burden to tell those stories even more accurately, the unique ones, but also telling the story of the masses, being this proponent for the Midwest, when in most cases, from what you see when you really read into the history of this country, it's usually downed. It's usually put into the corner. So I'm speaking up, and there's a reason why nobody else had started Midwest culture. I have Midwest cultured too, you know, so it's like mixing up. It's a mix. It's the part of the country that's right in the middle where you get the battleground states and these different types of people coming from different directions. So excited to really help define what Midwest culture is too. Changing the colors up, did more of a 3D kind of rendition of each letter with this logo. Instead of Basement Made was just the drip. So we'll see how that goes. I may come up with some more logos, and the t-shirts are coming. The merch is on the way. You can buy Basement Made stuff through the site right now. Working on that full move of all of the names over to Midwest culture. But I do want to maintain some Basement Made merch. I know there's folks that are always want to think back in the day when we were doing that. So yeah, it's a big change. Said Basement Made a lot in my day, repping Basement Made, but also just the scammers trying to take the name and people making disgusting kind of interpretations of what Basement Made means. They just basement, not even worth getting into. But Midwest culture, if you insult the Midwest or culture, you're really going against a much bigger opposition with that. So hopefully that won't be as much of an issue, just these perversions and kind of immature interpretations of the name. I feel like I've tried a million things to try to get the site to speed up, so I'm sorry about that. Bear with me. Really just gonna have to figure out a new plan. It's paying more money or something, but I got to get the site to speed up. But know that it's not infected or anything like that. It's safe to use. It's some kind of issue with the PHP or some plugin taking up too much space. It's a complicated issue. But yeah, same content. You know, music, journalism, design, video, travel, politics, culture, the same stuff. And I like working with folks. As with Basement Made, I love collaborating and reaching out. So it's not limited to just the Midwest. It's the idea. And you'll see as we continue down this journey together, someone that helped me make this transition, this push to get over that hump and just get it done was Martin Binning. I did an interview with him recently. We were close friends back in the day. We kind of drifted apart, but then reconnected just recently and did this interview real quick. And he's been working on some YouTube stuff, so it seemed like the right time, and we've connected on a lot of different levels. Although we missed all those years together, it just seems like we're kind of on the same page right now with where we want to go with this YouTube stuff. And so I'm going to keep going with the podcast, with the website. And then, as I've said through my channels, I do plan on releasing some music this year, but it'll all be through Midwest Culture now instead of Basement Made. That's not going to be the production arm or anything like that. It's really all going to be through Midwest Culture. It's sticking to the mission, just changing out Basement Made for Midwest Culture. So staying on track and going to where I need to be, where I want to be, where I think is right and just and progressive and smart and also representative. So staying on mission. And you can read that right on my site if you want. I'm very clear and open, transparent about these things.